Good morning children. Welcome back to class 11 microeconomic class. Today we are going to start a new chapter. In previous chapter we studied behavior of consumer to change in price of the commodity, that is demand. And demand side representing the buyer's point of view. But in a market both buyer and producer are important. Therefore, after studying consumer behavior, we now need to focus on producer behavior. So, our new chapter is producer behavior and supply. So, let's start our video. So, children, the chapter is titled as producer behavior and supply, and this is the third chapter. In this chapter, we have to study production function, concept of cost, concept of revenue, producer equilibrium and the theory of supply. So first let us start with production function. So before studying about production function, we should know about some basic concept related to production. Okay. So there are some basic concepts that related to production. They are first one, production. What do you mean by production? It is the process of making goods or product from raw material, or it is the transformation of input into output. Then, who is the producer? A person who produces goods or product is known as producer. Okay, or otherwise we can say the person who engaged in the process of production is known as producer. Okay. So, a producer performs very important function of converting input into output. So, in the production, the input and output are very important. So, the production function is the expression of functional relationship between input and output. Okay. So, the functional relationship between input and output is known as production function. Okay, next we are moving on to the factors. To produce a commodity, a producer make use of fixed factor and variable factor. Factor means the raw material, then other input is known as factors. So, it can be classified into fixed factor and variable factor. These are the two factors. Producer uses these two factors for the process of production. So, first one, fixed factor. What do you mean by fixed factor? This refers to those factors whose quantity cannot be changed in the short run. Okay. In the short run, it cannot be changed. The quantity of fixed factor cannot be changed. Then cost of fixed factor do not vary directly with output. That is, this do not change whether the level of output increase, decrease or become zero. It is fixed. Unchanged factor is known as fixed factors. For example, building, plant and machinery, permanent staff and land. These are the example for fixed factor. Then it do not vary directly with output, and also the quantity cannot be changed in short run. The next is variable factor. This refers to those factors whose quantity can be changed in the short run. If we can change the quantity of a factor, that factor is termed as variable factor. We can change the quantity of factors. Then cost of variable factor vary directly with output. So this increase when output increases or decrease when output decreases and are zero when there is no output. For example, raw material. The raw material is needed only at the time of production. If there is no production, there is no need of raw materials. So, the cost of raw material is nil when the production is zero. Then transportation, then casual labor, etc. These are the example of variable factors. Then next we are moving on to the next concept, that is time dimension. In production process, time is very important. So there are three types of periods or three types of time dimension. First one, very short period, or it otherwise known as market period. So here this time period is too short that production cannot be increased. That is, no factor is variable. Here the both factor is fixed, because in this shorter period producer cannot be changed or cannot be increased the quantity of factors. So here the both factors are fixed. Then in this case the production function is Q is equal to function of x1 and x2. Here the blue line indicate there are fixed. Okay, there are constant. There is no change in factor x1 and factor x2. Then next is short period. In this time period, production can be increased only by increasing the variable factor. Fixed factor remain constant. That means there is increase in production only because of increase in one factor. Another factor is fixed. In our production function, Q is equal to f of x1, x2. Here x1 is variable factor and x2 is fixed factor. Next is the long period. In long period, during this time, production can be increased by increasing the quantity of fixed and variable factor both. In other words, there is no distinction between fixed and variable factor. That is, all the factors are variable in the long run. So here production function is Q is equal to f of x1, x2. Then both are variable factor. There is no fixed factor, because in long run that gives producers adequate time to vary all the input used to produce a goods. So he get enough time to change the quantity of factors, both fixed and variable factor. That's why the quantity of x1 and x2 are varying. That's why there is no fixed factor, fixed input. Both are variable. Both factors are variable in long run. So these are the basic concepts related to production function. Okay, what do you mean by production function? So as we seen before, the production function is the expression of functional relationship between input and output is known as production function. Okay. So what do you mean by production? Production means the transformation of input into output. Then the relationship between input and output is expressed through production function. Okay. So mathematically it can expressed as Q is equal to f of x1, x2. So production function refers to functional or mathematical relationship between input and output. For various quantities of input used, it gives the maximum quantity of output that can be produced. So with the help of input, how much quantities of output can produce? So it's shown by the production function. So it can be expressed in terms of Q is equal to f of x1, x2. It means that by using x1 amount of factor 1 and x2 amount of factor 2, we can almost produce Q amount of output. Okay, that is, here we are using x1 factor 1 and factor 2 for producing Q unit quantities of output. So this is the function production function. Okay. For example, here 1240 m is equal to f of 5L and 6K. What is the meaning of this production function? It says that maximum 1240 unit of commodity M can be produced by using 5 units of labor and 6 units of capital. Here L stands for labor and K stands for capital. Okay. Students, please note that there may be many other factors as well as, but we have assumed there are only 2 factors, labor and capital, or factor 1 or factor 2. Types of production function. What are the types of production function? So on the basis of time dimension or time period, the production function can be divided into short period or short run production function and long period or long run production function. According to the time period, production function are divided into short period production function and long period production function. Short run production function. What do you mean by short run production function? As we discussed earlier, in short period, production can be increased only by increasing the variable factor, fixed factor remain constant. This is the situation in short period. In short period, the producer can vary only variable factor, change only variable factor, then the other factor is fixed. Okay. So Q is the function of x1, x2. Here x1 is the variable factor, s2 is the fixed factor. So change in physical output of a good when one factor input is variable and other are fixed is known as short run production function. So that is the production function which includes one variable factor and other fixed factor is known as short run production function or short period production function. So the short run production function defines the relationship between one variable factor and output. Okay. So in this production function, one law is applicable. That law is known as law of return to a factor. So the law which operates in short run is known as law of return to a factor. We will discuss about law of return to a factor, the law of return to a factor in later. So now you understood, just understand this law of return to a factor is applicable in short run. Okay. What is the meaning of long run production function? So what about the long period? During this period, production can be increased by increasing the quantity of fixed and variable factor both. Okay. There is no distinction between fixed factor and variable factor. Both factor can change in order to increase the quantity of output. Okay. There is no fixed factor. Both factors. Here we have taken only 2 factors. So the producer can increase both factors. Okay. So that is the specialty of long period. So producer will get sufficient time to change fixed factor also. Okay. So the production function in long period is known as long run production function. That is change in physical output of a good when all the factors input are variable and there is no distinction between the fixed and variable factor is known as long run production function. So the law which operates in long run is known as law of return to scale. Next we are moving on to the difference between short run production function and long run production function. So in short run production function, production increased by increasing the quantity of only one factor. Whereas in long run production function, production is increased by increasing the quantity of all factors. There is no distinction between fixed factor and variable factor. All factors are variable. Then in shortened production function can expressed as Q is equal to f of x1, x2. Here x1 is the variable factor, x2 is the fixed factor. Whereas in long run production function expressed as Q is equal to f of x1, x2, and both factors or both inputs are variable. Okay. Then in shortened production function, producer cannot change the quantity of all factors. In long run production function, it is possible to change the quantity of all factors. Okay. Then in short-run production function, proportion in which factor changes is variable because one factor is fixed, another is variable. And in long-run production function, proportion in which factor change is fixed. That means the producer can change both x1 and x2 in a same proportion or in a fixed proportion. Okay. So in short run production function, the law that applies is law of variable proportion, is otherwise known as law of return to a factor. In long run production function, the law that applies is law of return to scale. Okay.